Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into Mr. Cat Season 2. The playoffs have now begun, and we are into our second game of the first series. It is MVP Hot.6 up against Geek Fam here. Game number 2. We're into the draft here on moonducktv. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mott. With me today, of course, is Trent Pax. Trent, that was a shellacking if I've ever seen one in game number 1. I think you and I both believe Geek Fam might. They have a very good chance of taking this 2-0.
Brutal, dude. Absolutely brutal. I mean, look at this guy. You gotta ban a Slaughter. You gotta ban Earth Spirit. Raji Dota. Yeah, he plays that position 4 as well as anyone else right now. Honestly, he has looked fantastic throughout Mr. Cat. So, because of those bans, now last game MVP Hot.6 they did ban the Weaver, but they had second pick, so it ended up meaning that Geek Fam got the Lone Druid, and with no Weaver in the pool, it was considered one of the better counters. It was a pretty great game. However, now, Geek Fam, they've definitely taken this into consideration being second pick this time. They removed the Lifestealer and the Sand King and leave the Weaver in the pool. So they're able to pick it up for themselves, along with this Invoker once again here for Teehee.
And they pick up the Invoker early, though, which is interesting compared to last game, which
yeah, probably thinking it would get banned out, I would guess.
That's fair. That's a fair point to be made considering how well Teehee played last game. He was one of the few deaths his team actually accrued over the course of the entire match, and they didn't have many of them. Actually, I will say MVP Hot.6 kept up in the early stages of the game. It was relatively close in the early stage, but before you knew it, you could see the graph kind of spiraling out of control in Geek Fam's favor, just because they had so much room to work with Lone Druid, the Midas that came out for the Invoker after he had some good farm in the mid lane and a kill or two with his Sunstrike, and then obviously the tower taking ability that the Lone Druid will provide. As you mentioned, though, not going to be as easy for Hot.6 for them with the Lone Druid as the Weaver is already out for Geek Fam. So that's where we're at now. The Centaur with the Lone Druid combination, also very strong, exactly what you mentioned last game with the Stampede, and making so that Lone Druid is that much more difficult to gank and kill. So that's the added bonus they have for Hot.6 on their side.
Yeah, so we will get that nice little combo we talked about, but looking at Geek Fam, you say like picking the Invoker early, they're just gonna negate a lot of the problems that you face with that. MVP Hot.6 took out the Slider and the Earth Spirit themselves, and then Geek Fam will then ban the Ogre and the Undying. So those position 4s that can roam heavy in the mid lane are all gone, and yeah, we mentioned this last game, so it'll be MVP running a position 4, more than likely Silencer here.
And they were ready. They picked it instantly after the Warlock was picked by Geek Fam. Whatever was going to be picked, it was going to be. It didn't matter. MVP Hot.6 had it in their up their sleeve, ready to go, and they're ready with the silence. The global silence coming out, plenty of nuke damage as well from the silencer. An annoying hero can turn into a fairly, I guess, potent right clicker with his glaives. So.
Potent.
Hey man, I'm throwing out all sorts of words.
Potent.
What would you call it, Trent?
I like it. I agree. I think it's quite potent.
I think it is as well.
I'm just having a good time, man. Some morning Mr. Cat. This is the life. What's better in life than Mr. Honestly,
yeah,
Mr.
and
Cat
you got me
is the
for
best.
you got me for 4 more days of it or some amount of time.
Be great.
So I hope you're ready for some
I'm
autism
so
type
ready.
puns. It's because they're coming. They're coming.
Well, Geek Fam, they take up the Warlock, so this is again been a little bit of a staple, a long time staple for the MVP organization as a whole, of course. When March would run at core, but when these guys showed up, they started picking Warlock too. Just more traditional support Warlock, but I've been enjoying their games with the Warlock. You know, one of the games they won was with the Warlock up against Young Minds.
I'm usually down for the Warlock picks. There was a game not too long ago that was played in the NA region of elimination mode where Jubei picked up a Warlock, and I don't think he got Golem off once, and if he did, it didn't do a very good job. So I was kind of I like Warlock, but it depends on the situation. Given the heroes that are in this game, he could probably get some good ones down, but it's going to be a lot harder now that there is a Pudge for MVP Hot.6.
All right, so this will be probably a little bit less farm-heavy silencer. Again, we've seen them do it in like the 4 role before, but this will probably knock him back to 5, which we've seen teams do. He's really nice at zoning out those difficult to deal with offlaners for the most part, and Pudge is extra good at that. So we'll have to see if they send the Warlock down with the Legion Commander to do a little bit of teamwork down there, or if they end up picking like another position 4, perhaps. And yeah, again, not too shocking. Geek Fam will ban out the OD because they have that Pudge, and up against their Invoker. See if they can find a better solution for the mid lane this game. I don't feel like the PA was able to accomplish too much last game.
That PA was, to me, it's easy to say this now as we, the game is already in the books. But to me, the PA did seem a big question on when it was picked during the draft. It was something that I was kind of excited for. I felt like they could have used more team fight, if that makes any sense. They weren't really getting the best out of Light's Centaur. Not that that's a slight against him. It was just very good play from Raji, being able to instantly stun, instantly silence a lot of those heroes. Now, with that out of the way, there's other things that can certainly disable them and put them out of commission, but I think Hot.6 have more free roam with some of these initiators, like the Pudge and like the Centaur this game, to be able to get things going.
I wonder if MVP are considering banning a drow here. I don't know if Geek Fam have they done the drow lately? I don't recall them playing any drow. But I think I've seen it banned. Yeah, a couple teams are still throwing out the bans against them, like Execration and stuff. So perhaps just knowing from scrims and stuff that they would play it. But I mean, you have the support weaver, so you always have drow on the mind. But you also have this this invoker and Legion Commander being the only offlane. So this would give them another silence too. It's a potential for them though, but they could just also go position 1 weaver and pick ourselves a more reliable 4. What oh my god, can we just look at what a time to be alive this is right now, where you ban Crystal Maiden and pick Storm? I mean, that is so fucking funny.
This is not your Dota from a year ago, folks.
Oh, that is so great. Crystal Maiden actually good against Storm.
The Crystal Maiden, let me tell you, Crystal Maiden players feel so good right now.
I really do. I love that hero.
That hero is great. It's a lot of fun to play, but you get shredded a lot of the time just because you have no way of locking down certain heroes. And you just get blown up by
that's supposed to be a lion ban or something.
Yeah, that would be
Crystal Maiden.
That like half a year ago, a lion ban would have been perfect there. I think yes, absolutely.
That's so funny. That's actually too good. Yeah. What else? What do we have here?
I don't know. There's so many different combinations now with a lot of the changes. Oh, Rubik. Okay, well, I'll just go for the classic, the Rubik, the support Rubik, which has been played in so much in so many tournaments recently. It's very good, and in this game to steal a global silence, although difficult, given that it is a global silence.
Hopefully impossible.
Yeah, hopefully impossible. And what else is there to steal? Ball lightning, hook would be nice. Not easy again with Rot. Stomp, I suppose, from Centaur or Double Edge, but maybe not that. It's not much of a steal. It's not really a steal game. It's more of a I have lift against the Storm Spirit, and we're going to duel him / kill him with anything afterwards. The Rubik lift is probably the biggest thing against the Storm Spirit that they have right now. And if they can combo it up with some other abilities afterwards, they can take care of this guy. But it's not going to be easy.
Man, I actually think Lion would have been so good. He doesn't have quite the same reach. It's a little bit shorter.
Lift.
5 seconds
Instantaneously. I mean, Lion has Hex. And you can just Earth Spike him into Sunstrikes. I mean, that was like newbie Dota 101, man.
Yeah. I
mid.
don't disagree with you on the line pick, but Rubik just seems to be the go-to support for a lot of these teams recently. Look at it. He blocked boots first. Look how fast he is. I mean, he has a smoke too, but like, let's be honest. Raji is he's booking it. He is booking it.
Now that it's Raji on the Rubik, I'm fine.
Oh, yeah, all right.
I mean, Raji.
I didn't know, but now that I do. Whew.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay.
All right.
So, yeah, it should be a little bit of help, I would guess, from Crimson up top. He might just stay around, throw out some annoying shadow words up here. I don't think you will leave Legion.
Look at the set.
It's this lane. Which one?
I don't know. I thought, at first glance, that Warlock set looked to be something special, and then I looked at it again in showcase mode, and it wasn't very good.
I like this horse head on the Legion. That's pretty funny. Just got a horse head.
I've seen this before, yeah. It's just I think it's just the helm and the flags behind her or something like that. I've seen this before. It's nifty. It's a good go-to if you don't have the Arcana. Anyway.
Suns fan would like that. A horse. It's like the horse that she's missing because she used to ride the horse.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, and it was a dude, I guess. Yeah.
Dresden.
Things have changed.
He was the knight model, I think, from Warcraft 3, the human knight. I believe.
The knight. Oh, look, her little spirit, or her spear has the little things on them too. That's pretty funny. Neato.
Let me see what you're talking about here.
They look little horse tassels.
Things. Yeah, the tassel. Yeah, good call. Seems a little unnecessary unless you're like trying to paint with the other side of it. I don't know.
A little too showboaty for you.
Yeah,
not your style. Yeah, that's fair.
Meanwhile, Teehee's got the Super Saiyan hair, as it were, in the mid lane.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
an interesting matchup. I'm excited to see how Doctor and Teehee match up, especially with how well Teehee played last game. But this is going to be interesting. Top lane is Ryzen. He's already found himself a nice little nook into the jungle. He's going to walk out. He's got the Rot, and Death Sama needs to be careful. More likely, Ryzen needs to be careful. Overwhelming Odds is going to come out the Shadow Word to heal him up. Yeah, they do have the Arcane Curse, but it's not nearly enough of damage to do anything. Shuma's already at half HP, Ryzen as well, and Grace is just like, what? I used my Arcane Curse, guys. What do you want me to do? That's about it.
I like Raji down here trading right clicks with Light. It's just like, well, it's not really a trade because he's just like hitting him as Raji, but it is a trade because of return. It's so frustrating as a support. I actually can't stand this hero.
Especially as a squishy support, yeah, it is difficult.
Like, you just look at him, and he's got 3 tangos, a salve, and a shrine, and you're just like, I can't out-trade this guy. Like, all I can do is try and deny him the whole time. That is my life.
It's different maybe if you have a second support. They do have Psionics is doing some nice damage, but look at the return is already putting him at half HP. Raji is not having a great time. Raji is just getting returned.
It worked.
Yeah, he really is. But they'll worry about that lane, try to get some good farm for the Weaver, and try to deny the farm of that of Psionics in the top lane. And so far they're doing, or excuse me, of Shima in the top lane. And so far they're doing a pretty good job of it. The mid lane matchup is even as it was previously in last game, but so far so good for Geek Fam, I think.
Raji's making that rotation to steal the 2-minute rune. This is what he does like on his Slardar too. Just always there, stealing bounty runes.
Oof, Grace is sitting right under a ward. He doesn't know it yet, perhaps, but yeah, Raji, as you mentioned, getting the rune. Finds an Invis rune for his good measure, and we'll see what he can do with that. But for now, it's just a lot of posturing, making sure you can get good farm.
I think they know about this ward now. I'm pretty sure Crimson right-clicked him from behind the tree.
Yeah, when he was, in fog. They have the Sentry and Silencer. He's really waiting. He needs to be careful with where he puts this. There's a lot of places he can be successful.
Well, if they can actually deward that too, because that would be huge.
Telekinesis from Rubik mid is probably going to start things off here. But Doctor's sitting very far back. I think they might be aware of this, that the support is missing. Hook, meanwhile, top lane, they're going to find Crimson. Good press the attack. The Shadow Word will come out. Do they have the damage? They do. That's your first blood. Now back to mid. No, Raji's just backing away. Okay. I was really hoping that I could get both of those, but they didn't even try to go on mid.
It was a noble effort.
That's
he's spotted by this ward coming back down here too.
Ryzen getting on the board there is going to do a lot for his confidence. He had some good hooks last game, but he didn't really win his team the game. So another hook, and it's going to be successful yet again. 2 for 2 for Ryzen, and it will be 2 for 2 in kills, it looks like, as well. And Ryzen will take a kill this time for his good measure instead of just getting that assist.
Damn, dude. Even with this ward, too. Still staying up here.
Yeah, they don't really care. I mean, whether they know about it or not, it's not an issue for them currently. It's just really good positioning from Ryzen, finding some great angles to hook from.
Oh, I mean, clearly there can't be a ward there if this Warlock got hooked twice now or something, you know. Maybe that's that's your logic.
I mean,
the second one doesn't really count, but it's like, oh, the punch isn't here. Like, where else is he? I guess probably thinking he'd rotated mid or something.
Yeah, it leads you to believe that if you're doing this well, there's nothing to worry about. However, they do go ahead and shrine up on the side of MVP Hot.6, and Doctor will head back towards the lane. And,
they pinged the Pudge as well, likely saying that he had a smoke from the
use
Warlock.
it.
So,
nah, they're not going to use it here. There's some good wards coming out from the raiding team. It's not done them any good yet, but by the way, they've rotated Crimson down bottom into the jungle, which means that this is a lot harder for this Legion Commander. And what was a good first couple of seconds for this game has turned into some good farms for MVP Hot.6. Still, though, the Weaver doing quite well as the Invoker. Raji could look for a combo with the Sunstrike, but it is level 1 Telekinesis, and he only has level 3 Exhort, so they won't combo up yet. They have not gotten involved in terms of the Invoker and the Rubik together.
it'll be a little bit of a chill one here for now. Xionox will once again get a ton of breathing room and space. And his death will basically be coming from the classic Silencer Global into Storm Spirit Initiation. So
yeah,
quite a bit of pressure here on that little combo.
He's going to have to find some farm on this Weaver when he can, while there's still abilities that aren't on the board yet. Shuma's starting to catch back up, but he hasn't had the greatest time in lane, getting harassed pretty early on. But He's starting to get somewhere. Even Death Sama is doing very well in terms of finding farm for himself. But the hook will connect as I say it. The curse is real, including the arcane curse, and it's going to be a death. Just like that, Trent. I sing the praises of Death Sama only for him to die moments later.
3-0. Things are looking up for MVP. I mean, it's like slowly Geek Fam farm up this lead, so that was at like 500 at that point, and then they just get killed. And then that's happened twice now, where it drops back to neutral. So we're back down to a very even game here. Current net worth totals 85-10 to 84-80. So we're looking at about a 30 gold split at that point. And slowly again it starts to climb in towards the side of Geek Fam.
It's an interesting game, and who does this favor? If you've got a lead going into, say, the 10-15 minute mark, who does this favor? MVP because they have the pushing power of the Lone Druid, or perhaps Geek Fam just because they have some very good team fight?
Oh, I heard ball lightning, but it's just Doctor. It's a regen rune.
Yeah.
Might turn to something. Probably MVP, I would say, just because if MVP are ahead coming out of the lanes, then there is this burden of the Legion Commander where she needs to like start getting active and finding these duels and making things happen with Sunstrikes and stuff, and I don't know, that can be very difficult. That's where all our Legion Commanders seem to falter. Like, the hero's fantastic in lane, which is a super underrated part about her, because when people see her get drafted, they just think, you're supposed to get a bunch of duels and hit a lot and win, but like it's more about like press the attack and all that stuff, and her ability to lane and just try and be like an anti-carry hero, one of the few true ones remaining. Like, she's the same net worth as Lone Druid right now. Like, she has done a ton of work up here.
Overwhelming odds, my friend. Great CSing tool. He's got 3 points into it. Not only that, but with Moment of Courage to press the attack, it makes it easy to jungle as well. This is without an Iron Talon, just a Quelling Blade. 1,400, saving up, perhaps could just buy the full treads now, but more than likely could just be saving up for an early Blink Dagger so they can get involved in terms of finding kills with Sunstrike. We'll wait and see what she does pick up, but for now, she has to be wary. There's a ward nearby. Ryzen's looking for a hook potentially. Death Sama needs to be careful. Give me the last word into the hook. Press the attack will come. Pushes them back for the moment. Grace takes a couple of hits from the tower. They might be able to defend this, and it looks like they'll set up to do so. Meanwhile,
Swing and a miss there. They've been getting a ton of value out of this ward down here. Like, there's a sentry up here, and the ward is just outside. And Legion would have seen it earlier, and that was what allowed him to like rotate in. He's been stealing some of the experience of the camp too.
Wow, that is as close as you can get it, I believe. That is a close sentry.
It's a very smart ward to avoid that too.
It doesn't feel like a game that's only 3-0 at this point. It's 8 minutes in, and that seems a little bit low in terms of the kill total, just by how action-packed this game has been. But we're really waiting on those, that thought. It's going to be Crimson getting caught. Ryzen's got the hook. He's going to hit it perfectly. Stomp will fall up as well, double-edged. And even with that Shadow Word, his life will not be saved with all that damage from these two beefy boys. His light will come in and help secure the kill.
4-0. Nicely done here. But still, when you look at net worth, green, both by about 500 and then 1,100 gold.
Well, I think, too, is just he got so much room to work with, and he's got a Midas again. I mean, they didn't stop him or shut him down, which is, you don't necessarily need to do that, but he got a Midas like 7 minutes into the game, so I don't know.
Yeah, he's pretty farmed. And now he finds these guys, too, which are probably the easiest Ancients to take down early on, too.
Yeah.
Especially if you have magic, but he'll just right-click them down. I mean, look how easy peasy for an Invoker with all this right-click damage. And these guys are mad cash.
He went plenty of points in Exora, and he's only gotten 1 point in the quad, so Wexor build for now for Teehee.
Yeah, it's the good shit, man. This is just farming neutrals the whole time and throwing out Sunstrikes.
Meatball
Not to do too much else.
Yeah. Not
that he's really had a chance for that this game, which surprising that he was able to get such a fast Midas without any big Sunstrike plays whatsoever.
And Death Someone just picked up that I guess you could call it naked Blink Dagger, no treads or anything along those lines.
This is nice too.
So
we're looking for the Sunstrike
right
now.
The attack duel is going to come out. Sunstrike will be there. No global coming from Grace. He's only level 5 telekinesis. They're looking for another kill. They're going to jump in. They have the ball lightning. Doctor wants at least one of these kills. He stole Remnant, by the way, or I think it's Overload. Nope, he stole Remnant. There's going to be the hook coming out,
too.
Raji, and this might be a good turn. MVP Hot.6, they find themselves a double kill for Doctor. Easily done there with a good rotation coming out from that Storm Spirit.
Yeah, that's actually huge. 600 some gold for a Storm. Doctor has a legitimate chance to start taking over this game.
Yeah,
Got his treads. He's eyeing in towards that Bloodstone. Not opting for the arcanes this game. Just that could slow him down a little bit, of course.
I will say, though, Psionics getting involved up there, doing some decent damage, being a part of those kills is pretty nifty for him. But yeah, the Storm jumping in and getting that double kill, and they need something like that. They were getting pretty far behind again in terms of that net worth. It's sort of stabilized now at about 1,000. And so Doctor will do his damnedest to get to that Bloodstone as quickly as he can and start really trying to find these kills. Not only that, but there's going to be level 6 very soon for this Silencer. In fact, he's got it now. Psionics has dove behind the Tier 1 tower, heading over to the Tier 2. He's found Grace. They have Global. If they can find a couple of heroes. Now, meanwhile, they do find that duel coming. The Blink duel from Death Sama. Teehee comes in with the meatball. Sunstrike was used as well. And Doctor, well, as soon as he got that double kill, as quickly as he got it, he falls.
Ah, rough. That's 20 damage now already for our Legion. And then this is Legion Gaming, right? You blink somewhere, you get a duel, you kill someone, then you go hit neutrals for a bit, stay off the map, and 20 more seconds until it's just right back up. We'll look to do it again. Grace is just trying to leech bottom. Now has almost level 7, but doesn't really matter if like your Storm gets dueled with this Wexord Invoker. Even if you do manage to get off the global quickly, he still right-clicks hard enough if he's just there helping out that they can still kill him.
He really does. Teehee with the almost max Exort at this point, and a lot of points into Wex. He's doing very well for himself. If you're just joining us, this is Game 2. Geek Fam crushed the first game. MVP Hot.6 trying to sort of stop the bleeding here in game number 2. And so far, it's not looking great, especially after that scan. Meanwhile, Ball Lightning, Doctor's going to find himself an Invis rune. Backing up towards the Tier 1 tower is going to be the rest of Geek Fam. Death Sama's just going to TP top lane. Psionics is going to do the exact same thing. They don't want to take a fight right now. I don't blame them. They're going to all head top. The only nearby target would be Crimson. He did get his level 6 here. He's got the chaotic offering. He's trying to get to a Midas, but he probably won't get caught either, to be honest with you.
It's starting to look similar to last game, but a little bit later, right? Shuma didn't get the same farm that Psionics did in the previous game on the Lone Druid. And rather than having just like 3 heroes doing this, they've got the full 4, which isn't that bad. It makes it less risky, but it's a little bit later. And your opponents are strong enough that they're just equally trading up top right now. This Blightstone, Dragonlance, it's going to be very difficult to actually punish Psionics for this, so you're using 4 heroes to get a Tier 1 down bottom, and then they just got 2 up here, hoping some person will rotate in and just get Blink dueled.
Yeah, that's the prime opportunity, but we'll see if that's going to be the case. As guess what? Geek Fam, they're top. Well, MVP Hot.6, they're situated mid. Trying to find somebody. Raji might be that target. He's had a relatively quiet game so far. A couple of involvements in some kills, but Doctor sees him. Hook's going to come through. Ball Lightning to catch him out. They're going to find him. He gets a steal, but as quickly as he steals Rod, he dies instantly. A big pick that could lead into this Tier 1 tower push, and they need it. MVP Hot.6, they need some gold, and this is what they're going to do. They've got the demolish of the Spirit Bear, but here Geek Fam are. They're situated. Press the attack, looking for the duel. The Golem on top is going to come through. The Global Silence is a little too late. They have the duel still up, but Shuma still alive for now. Looking at this other hero, looks like the Legion Commander will in fact fall. Psionics is going to clean up at least 1. Now Ball Lighting away. They want to make sure they can get out of here cleanly. Grace and Ryzen are getting chased down as well. Good dismember, but do they have the damage? Can he time lapse? Yes, he can. And Ryzen, well, he's going to get chased down now. Shikuchi and some auto attack should do the job. Good hook attempt. Does some damage, but it is still going to be a great trade in favor of Geek Fam. And that's with all of the spells expended, including Global Silence, Chaotic Offering being used as well.
That was a really nice play by Geek Fam. The way they were smoked up there, and you get this initiation of the simultaneous Blink duel with the Golem ult. Just allows them to get a little bit of damage in on top too and kind of create this chaos, but it was a good Global Silence. Like, at least they weren't able to get the dual damage or anything there. But, of course, the whole fight's still going Geek Fam's way, as you said, and that's going to propel them even further into the lead now. That was 4K. I think it was 3K when that fight started, and now we're 4-2, 4-3 now.
Yeah, it was around that 3K mark. You're absolutely right. It gets harder and harder.
Wow.
It gets harder and harder.
Wasn't even done calculating. We're up to almost 6K now.
Yeah.
Holy.
It is very good. Raji wasn't even in that fight. He came in, I think, at the tail end, but Psionics had already done the majority of the damage. Dragonlance, a Manta style coming out. A perfect choice against Global Silence. And some of these other abilities as well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So, itemizing correctly. Meanwhile, we talked about the Lone Druid. He's going the Maelstrom, and he's going to need it. if this comes down to a split push game, he absolutely needs the Maelstrom.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, not much else reason to get it, honestly.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I mean, I guess still just a standard item for sure, but
Tower is under attack.
denied
Radiant's
again.
top tower
Yeah, that's the second time this series is denied an offlane tier 1 tower, so he's on point. They were spotted, that's why they couldn't find any follow-up. There was a ward on the high ground. They pinged it out, so they know that it's there.
Oh my god, dude, he's so rich. He has bots now.
He's right where he was last game, I'd say. Meanwhile, Hook, Global Silence. They want this kill. Ball Lightning, they'll find him. A big pick off. Doctor needed that. It's a little something. Just something at this point, but it could turn into something else. Something big.
Hey, he gets the kill too. It's just that little extra gold. I mean, that's what you need. Gotta get that bloodstone.
He's getting
need
closer
it.
and closer.
ASAP, and then he can't die. They need to like only fight with global once he actually has it. And another deny, nope, not gonna be there.
Sama couldn't quite time it. Press the attack. He's got the blink duel, but he is alone right now. He does not want to cross the river. And MVP Hot.6 will go back to farming. Some good vision coming up from both sides. Good ward placement here towards the secret shop, towards this ancient stack for MVP Hot.6. Citra is placed down on the shrine, doesn't find it. Meanwhile, there's some other pretty aggressive wards from MVP Hot.6 on the opposite side, so we'll see if this is going to keep them safe and find them some pickoffs here. Do you just play as 5 for Geek Fam? I mean, they're smoking up, so they clearly want to fight together as a team. I guess that answers that question for now anyway. Shuma, press the attack, duel, a dead hero. Just caught out alone, not with the rest of his team. What is Raj still? Rabid, so that's pretty nice. I guess movement speed always good.
Global's actually so brutal. Like 2 minutes and 10 seconds. A long time.
Oh, it still wasn't up. Wow.
It's not even one of those skills that improves either, right? Like it's just always that the whole time. And well, here's our roaching happening. Not too shocking. Oh, good. Geez, Onyx almost sacrificed death over there. That was so close.
That is an awkward time to put. Grace gets to see his death come. And he gets to stare right at it. As he could probably just sidestep this. It's going to be close, though. It's right on line as it is right now. But
yeah, they'll have a stampede, too, so he should be fine.
Mm-hmm. But this is not looking great for MVP Hot.6 as we kind of expected as this game has progressed. Again, we talked about Doctor. He's very close to the Bloodstone. He has enough for the recipe. So he's got
They need a huge fight. Huge.
Yeah,
like,
the problem
massive.
being that they're probably going to lose. They might lose one more hero here. If not, they're going to have to wait until Global's up, which is not that long, actually, 30 seconds. Tornado is going to miss. Grace is just going to go straight and goes to the left instead. And so, no harm done. They do lose the Aegis, and so now 5 minutes of go time here for Geek Fam if they want it, as some other big items start coming out for the rest of the squad.
Yeah, wouldn't that have been nice if they could have actually managed to get Bloodstone on the Storm and then head into the pit, perhaps to bring that down. Unfortunately, don't really have the best lineup at this point, unless you went like Deso first or something on your Lone Druid, but of course he wouldn't have enough farm yet. And, well, greedy Raji, he's been out and around the map, as he said, not participating in too many of the engagements so far, like he's 1, 2, and 2, but he's been getting that gold. He's been stealing some bounty runes, so Blink Dagger time, looking to have a bigger impact in the next fights and try and get into that backline, disable that silencer if you can, or perhaps the Storm Spirit too would be ideal.
The Blink Lift is available. We'll see what he can steal in terms of spells, but for now,
oh my god, look at this.
That
you see this
smoke
ward?
on top of the ward, that just paid for itself and them some. Geek Fam are ready for it, and they're going to run right at him. Raji's going to be frontline. Fade Bolt. Stampede goes. They have the Chaotic Offering on the ground. Global Silence comes a bit late, but no duel coming out just yet. They want some, but they have no mana for Death Sama. Ryzen getting chased down on the other side of the fight. Shima getting chased as well. Ball Lightning in all the way across. Ryzen still getting chunked down by the Shadow Word. Meanwhile, Doctor is just out of mana. He can't fight anymore. They do shrine up. I don't think this is going to do enough, though. Dismember comes out. Ryzen should still fall, and they're going to chase further. Psionics still has the Aegis and plenty of damage to work with. Grace getting chased down. Shikuchi from Psionics. They're going to dive the tier 2 tower, perhaps. And Grace with no global silence can't do much. Teehee will find himself a mega kill spree. And that ward just blew it wide open for Geek Fam. And they might not be done yet. Doctor does have an Invis rune, but that's it.
They know he's coming with an Invis rune, I do know that, but no sentries around. Shouldn't matter anyway. Yeah, that is super painful. I mean, you try and deward it. You got this one down here. You got this one up here, and then this little sneaky bastard.
Yeah, wow.
Like that hurts. That really hurts, honestly.
Yeah.
That's Dota though. Doctor still invis.
Oh, can they get
INFT.
Teehee? They're looking for him. Psionics does take a flight elsewhere, but this is a bigger kill. Dismember's going to come out. Do they have the damage? They need some more overload procs.
Oh, no.
Teehee gets a great tornado off, and he
have
gets
a
the
sentry.
dust off. They get the kill. Death Summon looking for the jewel. He wants it on Ryzen. Can't quite get it. Raj will finish him up with a telekinesis. Doctor, he's able to ball light into the low ground. Meanwhile, Raj steals it. He's under the biggest mana pool, but that is they did lose light, and if light did not die, that would have been a worthy trade. But it's a 2-for-1, and it still might even be a
honestly.
worthy trade,
Yeah.
considering how farmed this freaking Invoker is.
Yeah, that's 734 gold for your Storm Spirit. If you can get that Orchid, man, like, that's scary, because Weaver, he has the Manta, but
He has
you're
to
still
save it
dealing with
for
Global.
the global.
Yeah, so.
Before anything else.
Dire's top
And then, of
tower
course, there's
is
still this
under
Invoker,
attack.
too. You could
They
Orchid
still
him up.
have the Aegis on top of all of this. Psionics is just so tough to kill once, let alone twice. Now they're going to ball lighting in telekinesis. They've got the lift. They've got the duel. Doctor in trouble. Grace will come in. Stampede's going to come out. Silence is up. Doctor's still alive. Ball lightning's further. Psionics is here.
He's getting
trying to
greedy.
auto attack. They want this kill. They will find it, at least onto the LC. But the Storm is going to be down for 6 seconds. Now it looks like Geek Fam, they need to get out. Hook, not going to be there from Ryzen. Yeah, they got the kill on the LC, but I don't know. Is it worth it to lose those Bloodstone charges?
I don't think so. I don't know. He definitely had an out. He could have left that if he wanted to, but maybe worried the turnaround would have been onto too many of his allies, and I guess you got to take some risks, too, at this point in the game, so.
Grace is running at them. He dropped a ward. Kill that sentry first. Kill the observer next. They might know that they saw him walk up this way, so they know there's probably a ward there, I would imagine. That was the quickest pause I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, seriously.
Pause.
Instantaneous.
Oh, nope, just kidding. Slow things down, perhaps. But what about Chuma? What's he been up to? Dragonlance Maelstrom. He's got some good farm. He's getting
Yeah, he's
there.
doing all right. Do you have anything on the courier? Or no, that's it. Where's his money going?
I'm not sure.
I feel like he hasn't progressed in a little while here, but just not finding the right moments or anything here. Perhaps a little bit too scared to split push. Can't really blame him. Can't do that much against a Legion commander who's just going to blink and duel you.
Onyx, ooh, that hook would have been nice. Tornado, Shuma's going to get caught. There's going to be the Sunstrike. Not going to hit. He is able to just move speed himself out of there. They can continue to try to defend the tower. Global is back up. Stampede, hook. This time it'll connect. They need to dismember. Great Manta style from Psionics. Actually puts him in a better position to kill Ryzen. Ball lightning forward. Looking for Psionics. Last word. He's silenced up. Now Global will come out. He has the Aegis, though. They want this kill. They have lost Ryzen. The courier will go down as well. Time lapse is there, and that's it. They can't find anything.
Oh, they're looking for Doctor.
He is all the way top.
Is under attack.
Death
Summon.
Summon.
He can blink, but it might be right into an overload. Death Summon's going to try to guess for this. If he gets this, would be beautiful. Press the attack. Ball lightning.
Doctor's
Now
getting
Doctor's
greedy.
going at Death Summon. He needs to be careful. Canceling his blink dagger with one auto attack. Trying to just make him play around this tier 2 tower. Speaking of tier 2s, as the one gets pushed in mid. Still a little bit of cat and mouse going on in this top lane. We'll see what Doctor can do. He stays or heads elsewhere.
Meanwhile, mid.
Yeah, Ryzen Sunstrike won't hit, but good tornado. Blink, Telekinesis, Fade Bolt, good Savage Roar. I'm not sure what they can do with it. Good hook, Ball Lightning away from Raj, but he's out of mana. Dismember comes again onto Psionics, but they just don't have the damage to deal with him. And Ryzen now is going to get auto attack down and killed more than likely. Doctor will pick up one. It's going to be
Possible
Geek Fam's
cleanup.
Crimson. Now he wants Raj as well, but Psionics is here. Running low on mana. Doctor has to get out. Psionics still chasing. He's got time lapse. Doctor, not much mana left. Cold Snap coming through. Stampede hook back to the high ground. They can't find him, but Shima still is one of the few to die in this fight. The other side, it's only the Warlock.
So at this point, we have no more Aegis here for Psionics. So at least there's that. And our next Roche will be 2 minutes away from finding at the time.
Haste.
And what
God.
did they lose? A tier 2? I mean, not terrible, but they lose their lone druid, so.
But it is so hard to kill Psionics, and he's got a diffusal blade now too, so that's nice.
Oh, we have the Manta Diffusal. Alright, good stuff.
Well,
Well,
least you
we'll
can't
have to
diffuse
see,
yourself anymore.
Yeah, that is a little bit of a Bad thing for him, but we get to see what Doctor can do, right? It's the time. See if they want to go for another smoke play.
Yeah,
Global is 2 seconds away, so like let's group up, let's smoke, let's fight. Try and orchid someone.
Just don't smoke on another
game.
ward. They need to not smoke on another ward, I think.
Yeah, this one seems okay.
Yeah, I think so. They're actually very close. Is that sentry gonna hit? Oh no, they saw that smoke. They saw that smoke.
Oh my god.
They saw
I didn't
that
see
smoke,
that
Trent.
much.
They saw it.
Oh, not again. I can't handle this.
These wards from
Look
Geek
at Raji
Fam
trying
are
to
on point.
find it and then blink away too.
Yeah, Raji's just like, we could go on this,
Oh,
but let's.
they see the courier.
Are they just
they
gonna
gonna
get the
kill that?
courier and back? That's not a bad.
Oh,
what
that was a
on it,
defusal.
too? The full defusal that was
Yeah.
Psionics's?
Yep.
That's one item. Are they just going to wrap all the way around? I mean, they should know this is coming. I think Geek Fam have to be prepared for this. In fact, they are. Raji and Deathsama's positioning absolutely shows it. Can they
This is
find
really
it
scary
here,
to do
though?
against Warlock.
Ryzen, he's got the hook ready to go. The bear's going to run in. It wants to get vision. The hook, he hooks his own bear, but the global silence will come out. Great Yule Scepter coming out of the Invoker. Can they do anything with this? Stomp comes out. The EMP is there. They need to bring down Teehee, and he will fall. Now, though, Doctor getting dueled up, and he's gone. They will counter initiate. They drop the rock. Crimson's low, but so too is Shuma, and Shuma should fall to Psionics. He will. Deathsama gets the kill with his good old overwhelming odds. He blinks forward. He's looking for Grace now, and it looks to be the cleanup crew. 3 for 3 so far, but guess who's alive? It's Psionics with Grace getting the double kill, and Light might be the last to fall. In fact, will. Crimson gets himself a double himself. 3 for 5 trade. That could have gone so much worse for MVP Hot.6, but it still went pretty bad to begin with.
Yeah, it's still the favorable trade over to Geek Fam, but it's only about 300 gold. Surprisingly, you get 1,000 gold onto your silencer, but you're also losing bloodstone charges back down to 12 now for Storm Spirit, so
Dire's bottom tower.
that was risky. They barely got the Orchid onto the Warlock too as the global ended, but then he was just able to live a little while longer and get off the rock there, and that kind of secured what was left of that fight. That at least Geek Fam will be coming out on top, but they get the tier 2, so no towers left outside the base now for MVP, but at least the game is still going. We're moving ourselves towards Roche. It is up, and if they can get that on top of Doctor, they might be able to turn this one around. But currently the lead is over 10k. It's about 12.5.
Yeah, this is a significant lead for Geek Fam. Not insurmountable given the heroes that MVP Hot.6 have, but it just feels like Geek Fam are kind of countering them at every turn. Teehee has been... He's just been farming like crazy. He's 6-2-6. He's been involved in a lot of kills. He's going to have a BKB soon, and then he won't have to worry about a lot of the abilities being thrown up by MVP Hot.6. Another item that just came out was the mech Crimson after buying his Midas not too long ago. Psionics. Diffusal Blade was on the courier. Should be up and ready to go in about 45 seconds. Deathsama's going to find a kill into Doctor top lane. That's a pretty big kill that I just missed. Meanwhile, Deathsama Glimmer caved up. They have the sentry. Trying to bring him down the stop. They will grab the kill. Again, not that great of a trade. Meanwhile, elsewhere,
Oh, nice.
Raj helping to get the kill on Ryzen. Chasing after
stall
Shuma
hook.
now. They have the upheaval up, and Shuma is dead. Oh, all of a sudden, it's turned pretty terrible here for MVP Hot.6.
Yeah, it was certainly looking grim anyway, but now Geek Fam looking to put this one to bed. Raji finally gets up.
Teehee is going solo on Light. EMP's going to hit. He won't chase. He's just trying to push this wave out. The cheeky Teehee that he is.
Well, now we just look towards Roche. This whole time, Psionics hasn't has defusals. The courier just respawns. So he's been down 3k of his actual net worth. And that'll fly on out here. He starts looking towards the Bloodthorn. Great item this game against a Storm with no current defenses.
I feel like it gets tougher and tougher the minutes go by for MVP Hot.6. These items that you were talking about. Hurricane Pike for Grace. It's a nice item. He's 14 stolen intelligence. He's getting there. He is getting there. He's sitting
Geek
here.
Fam just look good. I mean, they everyone's looking solid in their roles. This game, Raji not really having to do too much. Like, he's definitely been a standout player throughout the tournament for them, I would say. But I think Teehee, both games in the Evoker, has played very well. Psionics as well through the core role. And Deathsama, I mean, the stand-in, like, Velo has looked great as well on his Storm, or rather on his Timbersaw and his Axe play so far. But this stand-in, he's actually doing some serious work. And on Legion Commander, a hero that is quite known for faltering in games.
All right,
Not
this
often
smoke,
remembered as a
this
hero.
Smoke, there's no way the smoke was spotted.
We got one.
Oh, if they smoked up here, I swear. I wish I could go back in time and see. Because their smoke has been running for a fair couple of seconds. It's about to run out. I would not be shocked if they smoked here. On top of this ward in the top lane. I wish I had seen it.
Well, I see Roche, and he's quite dead.
Oh, yeah, he's done.
Yep. Yeah, that'll be on Sionix.
It might be time for them to put that nail in the coffin of MVP Hot 6. We'll see if MVP can get a good fight. They need one. Rising.
Ah, that's some dual damage.
Yeah. Some easy dual damage with that Sama. It's up to 62, now to 80. And they're going to find the bear, too. How sad the people will come. The hook is there. Oh, he stole hook. He stole hook. Oh, no. That is not great for MVP.
He even killed the Pudge with it, too, when there was another fight going on. It was pretty great.
How long does he have this for? Okay, well, the good thing is he doesn't have it for much longer.
Yeah, it's not too long. 45 seconds or so.
Do they go for a push? Do they go for top? Do they go mid? They have plenty of time with this Aegis.
Oh, actually, still has like a full minute left. Wow, level 3, it's 300 seconds. I forgot. That's really long.
Yeah.
5 full minutes of stolen spell. It's crazy to think of.
I mean, that's what happens when you get to that level on your supports. Getting that third ultimate ability is pretty nifty. MVP's Light is going to go ahead and TP out. Yagami Lighto will be safe back at home. And, well, they'll stop at least. With the split pushing, they'll stop Geek Fam from pushing just yet. The items get bigger and bigger for Geek Fam as the game progresses. As now there's Guardian Greaves out on this Warlock. Lotus Orb for Raj. And, boy,
It's been a long time coming on someone.
Yeah, especially this game. Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Super handy.
Reaver and a Vitality booster for the Weaver. Not only that, his heart is done all of a sudden. All right, well, good luck killing him. I
have to say, these Heart Weavers have been so funny, Mr. Cat.
I don't think it's possible to kill Psionics once, let alone twice.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's pretty brutal. You just like hide in the tree, Shikuchi away for a second, suddenly you're Slark, and then you come back in.
I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do. This Dragon Lance, you can siege from afar. And I think this tower is done, Joe. We'll see if they can make some sort of an initiation. Doctor is ready. He's trying to get to that Lincoln Sphere next. 5 Bloodstone charges for the Doctor. Psionics continues to siege. Press the attack, making it that much easier. Alacrity, make it even easier than that. And they might just give this rack.
We're just giving it up, guys?
I think so. They're going to make one attempt, but it's already too late. Stomp comes through, double edge. Nothing really forced. He didn't even have Mance up. And they're going to keep going.
Yeah, there's a creep wave coming mid.
With Shadow Word, press the attack. Psionics is not really losing HP. We'll have the silence coming out. Oh, the hook save from Raji. Yeah,
stole it again.
Stole it again.
Stole it.
Yep, he stole it once more. That was perfect timing. Raji had it ready to go. Man, he is playing so well this tournament. There's a blink hook. Telekinesis comes out as well. Shuma taking some heavy hits from Psionics, who will bring him down. And the initiation, it's failed for MVP Hot.6. They have to buy back. Lights out of mana, and he is going to get caught and blown away. Ice Wall making it that much harder. And Ryzen as well gets caught. A double kill for Psionics. And this is going to be it. GG is called a Geek Fam. They'll take the series 2-0 and move on here in Mr. Cat Season 2.
Yeah, that means Geek Fam will stay in the upper bracket. MVP will fall down to claim the first spot there. And that means that Geek Fam will play the winner of WG Unity versus Clutch Gamers, which is a match that I believe we have tomorrow. In fact, we do. The 1800 SGT. And then the second match of the day will be another first rounder, much like our other games so far. And that'll be Faceless versus Execration.
Ooh, I'm excited for those games tomorrow. Those are going to be some good games, Trent. But
yeah, that's going to be a hell of a day, Dota.
As far as this game is concerned, I think it's about what we expected, considering how Geek Fam have been playing in MVP Hot.6, relatively new stature in the scene. Just not having the greatest games. They had some good ideas. Execution wasn't quite there. But, Trent, that's it for today. Any closing thoughts before we head out of here?
Oh, no. Just thanks, guys, for joining us for Mr. Cat. And we'll see you as we carry on here throughout our playoffs. Plenty of games to go. We'll be playing games every day, 18 to 1800 SGT. So, which is roughly, 4.5 hours ago, wherever you are now. And right till 2100. So it will be the second starting one, much like this series started here today, which was an hour and a half ago. So keep those days in mind. We go right till March 5th. Nonstop Dota.
A lot of Mr. Cat to come here in the future, guys. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. As Trent said, 1800 SGT. And it's been an absolute pleasure here on moonducktv. If you guys like to catch the VODs, we'll be up on YouTube shortly. With that said, I am Mott with BS Trent Packs. You can follow us on Twitter. I'm MottDota at Trent Packs. We'll see you guys next time.